It's good to see you this morning. I love talking to my Facebook friends. As you come in, give me a wave, give me a thumbs up. I like to see the thumbs up and the little hearts scrolling across the screen. I want to talk to you this morning about fibromyalgia. I titled this, Do You Have Fibromyalgia? If you've listened to me at all, any of my videos, or read anything, any of the About Me pages I've got out there, then you know I've had it since I was 28 years old. And it was devastating when I got sick. That was back in, I'll tell my age, that was back in 1978, 79, excuse me. And no one knew that much about it then. They might say, oh, you've got a little myalgia in your muscles. Sound like nothing to me when they said it. But I knew something very serious was wrong with me. And I struggled. I went for 5 years just laying in bed and then laying in a recliner and then going back to bed, having someone else have to come in and care for my children. I don't know what I would have done without my mother and without Steve's mother and without Steve. I would love to think that things are totally different now. That when you go to a doctor with the symptoms that I had, that you would get some sympathy, some knowledge, understanding what is going on with you, that you would get that right away. But it's not that. I mean, a lot of you ladies still tell me you're going from doctor to doctor to doctor, just like I did in the beginning, and you're still not finding the right help. Fibromyalgia is terrible. I told my husband, I told my friends, my doctor, my sisters, many times, I wish I'd had cancer instead. That's something that they could run a test on me and know what it was immediately. I wish I'd had heart problems. I would see people that we knew suddenly coming up with a very serious diagnosis. They would go through all the treatments and they'd be fine. But yet, here I was, still struggling to find help, still hanging on, still not knowing what was wrong with me. I see a lot of you coming in now. If you're just coming in, I'm talking about fibromyalgia today. I just felt like God was leading me to talk to you about that. Hey Sandra, good to see you. Sandra says, I hate it. I hurt all the time. Yes, I know, Sandra. I do too. And you know, hey Kathy, it is a cruel disease. It's been 13 years for you. There's a lot in my mind, on my heart today that I want to say to you. You do hurt all the time, and because it's such a misunderstood disease, you probably do what I did, and you end up trying to hide it. Now, at first I couldn't. I did a lot of research. I found vitamins and supplements and minerals that I started taking, and I took probably 5 times the recommended dose to be able to function. And I was able to start functioning again slowly after 5 years. I hope my wind chimes are not too loud in the back. I hope they don't drown out my voice. I was able to start functioning, but it was a constant battle, and I hurt continually. But, hi Diana. You were diagnosed in your 30s and now 71. Oh, bless your heart. I learned how to disguise it. I learned that, no, people didn't know what was going on. People did not understand what was going on. People thought it was in my head. They thought I should go away somewhere where a psychiatrist could help me through this. They thought I should just make up my mind that I was going to be better and just get up and start doing things and that I would be better. They did not understand. And they still don't. So I learned, they say this is one of the most misunderstood diseases and one of the diseases that you can disguise easily. Because I got to where I could be standing up talking to someone with a smile on my face, and the pain would be so severe that I would be praying to God that I would not pass out while I was standing there, or that I just wouldn't fall on the floor because the pain down my back and into my legs was so severe. It was 25 years before I got a diagnosis. And that was from a doctor that I had called and made an appointment with myself. She was not one of the specialists that all of the doctors I'd seen were sending me to. I took what a chiropractor told me one time, saying, "You've just got a pretty bad case of myalgia, worse than I've ever seen." So I came home and I looked up, what the heck is myalgia? Well, I didn't type that into Google. I typed in myalgia. And then I saw the word fibromyalgia. And that was the first time I had ever heard that word after being sick with it for over 25 years. It makes me angry. It makes me so mad to know that many of you ladies are still going through that today. It is 2017, and some smart, brilliant young doctor should have figured this out by now. They should have figured out what we needed to do, what we needed to take, what would heal our bodies. Diana says she's had it, well, it scrolled on up, I didn't see it, since her 30s, I think. Hi, Kathy. She says, I'm making her cry. I'm sorry. No, people don't understand. They try. I finally realized most of them really do try. I finally realized some of them just didn't try. Over 25 years before a doctor said, you have fibromyalgia. I said, are you definitely saying that that is what's caused all of this after all this time? She said, yes, ma'am. I am writing that in your records. You are diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And I thought, oh, goodness, thank goodness. I know what it is, so now y'all can fix it. Well, it didn't happen that way. We knew what it was, but there was no cure. So after that, I was given many, many, many drugs. A lot of those put me in bed. A lot of those made me weaker than I already was. A lot of them made my pain worse. A lot of them made me function even less than I'd been fighting to function for the 25 years I'd had it and didn't know what it was. Sorry, I'm sitting outside and there's pollen, but my throat just gets dry when I'm talking. And I'm sure it's from all the supplements that I take now. I've noticed when I'm doing the Facebook Lives, or when I'm writing a post talking to y'all, or when you'll send me a message through Facebook, or you'll write a comment on my website, I am shocked at how many of y'all are telling me that you have fibromyalgia. So one reason I'm talking about this today, hey Jody, she says keep drinking because we love to hear you talk. Bless your heart. I will. I'll probably empty this by the time I finish, so I'm going to drink some more. I was just wondering when I woke up this morning, there are over 35,000 people following me on my Facebook page. I don't remember the number of people that visit my website every day, but it's a lot. I don't know the number of people who follow me on YouTube with all my videos, but I've almost had 4 million views on my videos. And a lot of them are making wreaths. A lot of them are me talking to you, just like I am today. So what I want to do today, I want you to write underneath this video. I want you to post there, comment there, and tell me if you have fibromyalgia and how long you've had it and how long it took you to get a diagnosis. I suspect there are far more of you, that the number is many, many more than I can imagine, just from the notes and the messages and the comments and the posts that I've seen from y'all. And maybe you found me because I talk about fibromyalgia when I'm talking about my wreaths. Or maybe you found me just by accident. Or maybe it was God that sent you to me. That's what I prefer to believe. I prefer to believe that I've been through all of this for all of these years. I mean, it's about 40 years now, for a reason. And that's so that I can talk to y'all, and I can encourage you, and I can tell you that there is hope. Yes, I'm still in pain. Yes, fibro still kicks my butt more often than I admit it. But you can have a life. You can have a really happy, productive life. You can own your own business, making over 6 figures a year, like I do. Fibromyalgia is not a death sentence. It's something that you have to deal with. It's something that you have to manage. You don't. One lady told me the other day, I'm afraid to keep looking for doctors because I'm afraid of what they're going to tell me. Please don't give up. Don't quit looking for the right doctor. I finally found the right doctor for me in 1998. So what's that, 9 years ago? There is a doctor out there who can help you, who can tell you what you need to take in order to live a different life than you're living. I still pray every single day. Don't want to start crying now. I still pray every single day that God will heal me. I had stopped for a while because I felt like it wasn't in his plan to heal me. But I'm still going to pray it. I'm going to pray every day of my life that I will not hurt today, that I will not be in pain, and that God will heal my body. I know that God can do anything. I know that He has been leading me on a path ever since I was born. I can look back and I can see signs of fibromyalgia sneaking up on my body literally back when I was 10, 11, and 12 years old. But it didn't really knock me down until I was 28 years old. There were some things I had learned to disguise, to hide, because people, I probably mentioned some of them in the beginning, and then I realized, they don't get it. Maybe I'm just different. Or maybe everybody feels this way and they don't talk about it. So I didn't talk about it then, not back then when I was that young. So don't give up. Pray for God to heal you. I'm praying for God to heal me. I'm praying for Him to heal you too. I know He's put me here to talk to you. I know He has put everything in place so that I could grow a profitable online business that could reach ladies all over the world for a reason. And I do reach women all over the world. You'd be surprised at the emails that I get, people that I hear from. Now, many of you ladies that are online right now, a lot of you have been following me for a long time because I recognize your names as it's scrolling through. I see Diana, three Dianas. There's a reason that you've stuck with me. There's a reason God led you to me. I still research, I still study. But you know what I pray for a lot now, and this is what my doctor in Atlanta told me. Now, she is a very strong Christian. And we were talking about praying one day, and she told me that she prays for me, and I pray for her because she's had a hard life too. She said, do you know what is the most important thing for us to pray for? It is for all of these young, brilliant men and women who are going to school right now to get their degrees, to become doctors, to become scientists, to do research. It's going to be one of them who comes up with a cure for fibromyalgia. It's not going to be these regular doctors that have been in practice for a long time, although they try. They do all that they can with what they're given, with the knowledge that they have. It's going to take someone doing extensive research, someone who is brilliant, who goes through medical school in a few years because they are so smart. We need to pray for those men and women every single day of our lives because they're going to be the ones who will cure this disease. Now, it may not be in our lifetime. And if so, we have to accept that. We live the best life that we can live. We trust God to be with us every second. We trust Him to lead us to the people that we want Him to lead us to so that we can encourage them, give them hope, make them know that they are worthy, they're important, they're smart, They don't need to be down on themselves because of what doctors or friends have said to them. Every one of us needs to be an encourager. God has let me run an amazing business, one that I never, ever, ever in a million years thought I would have a chance of doing. And no, it's not so that I can make a lot of money. No. Because most of the, I won't get into that. As your business grows, you have a lot more expense. So you're not rolling in money, but you have a reach and you have a voice to reach other people. I can't do this all by myself. I want each one of you to get on your Facebook pages, and I want you to show off your wreaths or your handmade items or whatever it is that you make, that you sell. But I also want you to share about your journey with fibromyalgia, just like I do. I want you to put it in the About section on Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and Instagram and a website if you have one. Go into length about what you've gone through in your life to get to where you are right now. If we can all reach out like that to everyone who is suffering with this insidious disease, just imagine, ladies, fighting back tears again. Just imagine what we can do. It takes my breath away to think about the power that we have because of the reach that we have. The power that I have alone because of the reach that I have. And then all of you, it is awesome. You are very smart. You are talented. God has given you a gift He wants you to use. And through that gift, He wants you to reach out to others who need you. That's why today I'm talking just about fibromyalgia. And that's why I want every single one of you that have it to post below and tell me what year you got sick. I'm sorry. This says I lost an internet connection. I was fixing to have to get up and start moving around. I never lose the internet right here. But you know what? You know what I have learned while I had been sick? Satan does not like me to encourage you. He does not like me to tell you you're important, you're strong, you're brilliant. You've already done more than most women have ever done in their lives. He does not want me to tell you that you can reach out to others and you can help them and you can lead them to God and you can make a difference in their life. So I prefer to think that's why I lost my wireless connection just then. We have a very strong wireless signal here, but I lost a connection. But I'm sorry. We are overcomers. We are going to fight this. And if we don't ever get well, we're going to figure out what to take that makes our lives easier without as much pain. We're going to do what it takes. And if God has given you a gift, if He's given you a gift of speaking to others, as well as your gift of making beautiful handmade items, He expects you to use that gift. He expects you to talk to others who have fibromyalgia and encourage them. So that is why I wrote this book. My Journey Through Fibromyalgia, Rumors, Ravages, and the Rescue. This was hard to write because I'm talking about a lot of personal things, not just what this disease did to my body. But Steve and I realized halfway through this book that we have to talk about what it did to us too. We have to talk about what it did to our marriage. And I got a private message from a young woman who went to school with my husband years ago, high school. And she was thanking me for writing this book. She said she read it within 24 hours. She said, now my husband is reading it. And she has sent me several messages, and he read it that quickly too. And now he has asked us, tell me what I can do to understand my wife's illness. Tell me what your husband did to understand your illness. Tell me how I can be the man and the husband to my wife like Steve is right now. And I realized when we get a message like that from a man who is struggling, just like Steve struggled, anybody's going to struggle. Anyone close to you is going to struggle with the fact that one day you'll feel really good and you're moving around and you're doing stuff, and the next day you're in bed. That seems a little fishy, doesn't it? We can't understand it. We don't know why that happens. I can remember, it's sad that there's only 3 times in my life I can remember this. 3 different times in my life, I remember feeling, now this was after I got sick, I remember feeling really strong. And one of the times was when we were clearing off a lot to build our first house. I went around with loppers, cutting little trees, bending over, picking them up, carrying them down a hill to the street, walking back up the hill and cutting more. I had about 3 days in a row where I was able to work and work hard. And the next morning, I'd be a little sore just like anybody else would have been. Then it went away. There was another time when I owned my storefront business. And almost half of our square footage was a stockroom. And we had the shop full. I mean, we would hang stuff from the ceiling, literally. We had the walls full, tables, floor full. And I had a ribbon salesman that used to come by. And, oh, he was such a nice man, very friendly, very understanding. And he came by one Thursday night or a Friday morning. It was toward the weekend. And he still had a lot more people to see, so he wasn't going home that weekend. And I was telling him how I wanted to use part of my stockroom space for display space. And we had very heavy metal shelving that's put together. It has sides and the shelves that you put in, but I had purchased that from a big storage place that used to be in Anderson that sold guns, ammunition, tools, really, really heavy stuff, so you can imagine how heavy these shelves were. They were so heavy that Steve could climb up them and stand on top and they wouldn't even wobble. So some of those needed to be moved. And he said, well, I'm stuck in Anderson for the weekend. I don't have anything else to do. I'll help you. I said, but you don't understand. I can't do stuff like that. He said, well, you do what you can. I'll do what I can. And Steve was out of town on a business trip. So we started working, and I had it. I had strength. I had energy. I was not hurting. I worked like a man for 2 days. I did every single thing that I wanted to do. But then that went away. I like seeing all your hearts. They're so encouraging. I don't know, after all these years, I wish I could tell you what I did those 2, 3 times. There's another time, but I'm not going to go into it a lot. I wish I could tell you exactly what I did so that I had strength and I had energy and I had determination and I was an overcomer. And I can't tell you what I did, if I did anything that made it go away, and then me being in extreme pain again and having to go back to bed some days again. But it happens that way. So, as Steve and I were writing this book, the one I held up a few minutes ago, for those that have just come in, I'm talking to those of you today who have fibromyalgia. And I'm talking about why we wrote this book and we told our story. And we told a story that a lot of our friends didn't even know. Close friends did, yes, but a lot of people that we see day to day at church and other places did not know what all we had been through. Mary Jones says, I'm suffering so badly right now. Love and God bless you. I'm so sorry, Mary. When I finish, we're going to pray for each one of you, that God will heal your bodies, and that if He doesn't see that it's the right thing to heal you totally, that He will heal you enough so that you can use His gifts and you can sell your handmade items online and you can reach others, just like I'm reaching y'all today that have fibromyalgia, so you can encourage others. I don't want those of you who have it to just go to bed and give up. I want you to push through every day. I want you to fight and fight hard. There are many days when I'm sitting at my desk when I'm sitting at my desk, I may do a Facebook Live real quickly. I may do something else. And you don't know how many pain pills I had to take to be able to sit there. You don't know that I'm sitting there with 3 or 4 ice packs on my back that you can't see. You don't know that when I finish, sometimes I can't stand straight up and I'll have to limp for a while. You don't know that there's been a severe pain in my hip going down the side of my leg and wrapping across the front of my leg now since February. I've got a little bitty step stool that I have to use right now to get into my car. I haven't driven in a while because it hurts my leg. But I'm telling you all that because I want you to know that you can keep working, you can become a success, you can be the person that God wants you to be, and you can reach out to others while you're fighting this disease. Now, there's also something I want to apologize to you for, and that's that I don't always tell you how bad I'm feeling. And a couple of nights ago, I was hurting so badly that when I laid down in bed, all I could do was cry. And Steve sits there and he reads a devotional for both of us each night. And he reads out of the Bible each night. And then he says a beautiful prayer. And every single night he prays over me. I think that I've been doing you a disservice by not telling you every time I'm suffering, I'm in pain. I think it will help you to feel better, to get better, if you know what I'm going through at the same time. And then you may see me doing a Facebook Live. You may see me standing up out in my studio doing something. Now, for right now, to be able to stand in my studio and show you something about a wreath, I can't do right this moment. And I love doing that. I just love it. And y'all love it when I do. And you keep asking me, that, when are you going to do some more videos where you're making something? Well, I'll just tell you right now, I will do it as soon as my body allows me to. So whatever your body is allowing you to do right now, focus on that. Pray to God every day for these young men and women that are going through medical school right now, that they will come up with a cure for this awful disease. Pray that you will be able to speak up, speak out to others who follow you on Facebook or anywhere else. I just see post after post after post scrolling through right now. People who have fibromyalgia and Crohn's disease and so many different things. That's why I titled this, Do You Have Fibromyalgia? Because if you do, there is hope. I've got a happy life. Even though I'm suffering, I'm in pain. I take 17 supplements for breakfast. I have to take, some of them are huge. I've never been able to swallow huge pills. Some of them are really big. I take them between the bites of my breakfast and then wash them down with a big gulp of water. That's the only way I can get them down. 17. It's about 7 for lunch. And it's probably about 12 at dinner time. And then about 8 more at bedtime. And I do not leave off a single one, ever. I have finally found something that's letting me lead the life that I lead, even though there are things I can't do. I am grateful for what I can do. I'm grateful for all of God's blessings in my life, but I'm so grateful for all of you that God has led me to be able to talk to you and encourage you and let you know that yes, you can become an overcomer. You are an overcomer in my eyes already. The fact that you're already making your wreaths and your handmade items and you're selling them online. Each one of you is awesome. You are smart, strong, brilliant women. People who don't suffer from fibromyalgia can't do some of the things that you can do. I want you to remember that. So, one thing I'm going to do today, and I notice my face is getting a little more shadowy because the sun's behind me, and I'm sorry. One thing that I'm going to do today, I've asked all of you to post down below if you have fibromyalgia or even some other chronic disease or illness that you're fighting. Tell us when you got sick. Tell us how long you've been fighting it. We're all going to pray for each other. I'm going to pray for each one of you every day. So, Tammy says her doctor has never suggested any supplements. Okay, Tammy, then you're going to the wrong doctor, honey. You've got to find the right kind of doctor. The magnesium that I take, the vitamin B that I take, I can't even list all that I take right now. I would not be able to do anything if I didn't take all of that. So, I'm going to have a drawing. Well, not actually a drawing. I'm going to look down through the posts, the comments below this video, and I'm giving away 3 of my books, my Journey Through Fibromyalgia, Rumors, Ravages, and the Rescue. I hope they help you. I'm going to sign 3 books and give them away. I still see so many names flowing through. I can't call all of them out. I would be doing that for the whole video, and I do see y'all, and I am praying for y'all. So, I've talked for a long time this morning. I didn't know I was going to talk this long, but I knew God wanted me to talk to you. So, I just want to pray for you really quickly. Dearest Lord Jesus, I pray that you will touch the lives of each one of these ladies that listens to this recording. I pray that you will wrap your warm, loving arms around these ladies, that you will comfort them. I pray for healing, Lord. I pray for total and complete healing. But if that is not your will for them, I pray that you help them find the right doctor, the doctor that can help them, the doctor that can give them the right supplements so that they can do your will in their lives and they can reach out to others who are suffering from fibromyalgia. I pray for those young men and women who are going through college and medical school right now, for the ones right this moment that are going to come up with a cure for fibromyalgia and all of these other terrible diseases that many of us suffer from. I just pray that you will open these ladies' eyes to what you have for them, that they can see your will for them, and that they can get up out of bed and get up off of a chair and do whatever it is that they can do for however long they can do it, and sit down and rest and take care of their body and eat the right foods and drink lots of water, and then do it again as soon as they have the energy. In your most precious and holy name I pray. I love y'all. You touch my hearts every day with all that you say in your messages and your notes on Facebook and your comments. I do pray for you every day because I do know that God has led me to be able to talk to you and to be a witness for you. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope it's beautiful. I hope your pain is less and that you can enjoy your family and get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. And I'll be talking to you soon, and I definitely will read every single one of your comments below this. Love you all. Bye.